10 basic Excel formulas you should know. Number 1. The average function. This function is used to generate a number that represents a typical value from a range, distribution, or list of numbers. It is calculated by adding all the numbers in the list and then dividing the total by the number of values within the list. Number 2. The sum function. This formula is used when there is a need to find the total of the specified cells. The SUMIF function. This formula returns the sum of cells based on one criterion, a result that matches one condition. Select the range of cells that you want to search for the criteria. For example, if you want to sum up the quantity of a particular product, you would select the column that contains the product names. Type a comma, then select the cell where you want to sort the criteria. Lastly, select the range of cells that contains the values that you want to sum up. Let's make a drop-down list so we can access our list of criteria with ease. In the ribbon, select Data, Data Tools, and Data Validation. Select List from the Allo drop-down box, and then from the source, select the range of cells where your criteria is located. Click OK. Based on the specified criteria, the SUMIF function determines the overall quantity of the product. Number 4. COUNTIF function. This function is used for counting cells within a specified range that meet a certain criterion or condition. For example, you can write a COUNTIF formula to find out how many cells in your worksheet contain similar text. Number 6. The COUNT function. The Excel count function returns a count of values that are numbers. Numbers include negative numbers, percentages, dates, times, fractions, and formulas that return numbers. Empty cells and text values are ignored. Number 5. Counter function. This function counts cells that contain values, including numbers, text, errors, and empty text. Counter does not count empty cells. Vice versa, to count blank cells, use the COUNTBLANK function. This function returns a count of empty cells in a range. Number 7. Concatenate function. The word concatenate is just another way of saying to combine or to join together. This function allows you to combine text from different cells into one cell. To do this, select the cell where you want to put the combined data. Type concatenate, open parenthesis. Select the cell you want to combine first. Use commas to separate the cells you are combining and use quotation marks to add spaces, commas, or other text. Close the formula with a parenthesis and press Enter. Number 8. IF function. This function is one of the most popular functions in Excel, and it allows you to make logical comparisons between a value and what you expect. If statement can have two results. The first result is if your comparison is true, and the second is if your comparison is false. To do this, click the cell where you want to add the function. Type =if. The function arguments dialog box opens. Enter the arguments. Here my argument is that if C16 is equal to pencil, the cell will say true, and if not, it will say false. Finally, VLOOKUP function. In its common usage, VLOOKUP searches through your dataset based on the unique identifier and brings you a piece of information associated with that unique identifier. To do this, select a cell D15. Type =VLOOKUP. Double-click the VLOOKUP command. Select the cell where the search criteria will be entered, D14. Type comma, mark table range, D3, E7. Type comma, type the number of the column counted from the left. Close parenthesis, hit enter. Enter criteria in the cell selected for the lookup. And there you have it. Don't forget to like and share. Follow for more Excel basics.